So this is an easy way to get ahead at your architecture firm, to compete with your peers, and to really show value. I wouldn't say it's the most easy thing in the world, but this is going to be one of the lowest initial skill ways to do it. And one of the reasons this is relevant is because our industry is kind of confusing at times. It's not always clear. It's not always crystal clear to know what to do to compete with your peers, how to do it better than them, because a lot of things can be subjective. The way that you think, even the skills that you possess can be subjective. Not everybody can just read directly into your brain and know what you're good at and whether you're better at XYZ than Joe Schmo or whoever is at the desk across from you. Whether they're older, whatever. Especially the younger people, it's a lot harder to prove yourself. It's a lot harder to be taken seriously. So here's a really easy way to do that. Before I get into it though, why am I telling you this? Why am I sharing this? Well, personally, when it comes to videos like this is the guidance that I wish I would have had when I was younger, when I was starting out in my career. I didn't come from a family of architects. I didn't come from a family of wealth, or a family that had reached really high levels of success or achieved high levels of success. So I had to kind of really learn it the hard way. And also just through constantly reaching for what else do I need to do? What else do I need to do? And, through a lot of trial and error, I've come up with a really good, I think, solution that I can package for you here. So my story on this particular subject is I work at an architecture firm that has laid off almost half of their staff. Okay. Number one, obviously, if you get licensed, you're going to have an advantage. That's not an easy thing to do. I do happen to have my license, so it's not like I'm first on the chopping block whenever whenever things are not going well. So what I attribute my success in sticking with a firm and being valued at that firm is it comes down to one thing that I didn't even know really was something to study, and that's business development, otherwise known as biz dev or BD for short. It's a really important part of the way architecture firms get their business. And at the end of the day, an architecture company is a business. It's there to make money. It has, it's an organization that has certain, I wouldn't call them techniques, but they get business a certain way. Okay. And so you'll be an employee at one of these businesses, and the best way and frankly, a pretty easy way to be better than all of your peers and to do more than them and to get recognized is to participate in business development. Okay. I was one of the first remote hires from my current company. For every reason besides being licensed, I should have been one of those half of the people in those 3-4 rounds of layoffs we've done. How did I keep my job? I work in a completely different state, fully remote. I should be one of the first people to be laid off. So here it is. I'm doing business development. I'm committed to this company, doing their business development. I'm in a totally different state, and we've actually started an office based on the work that I've done out here, the relationship building and the going out and joining organizations. So when you go back to business and you think about the company that you work for as a business, one of the things that makes businesses, one of the reasons they exist is because they get sales, all right? Something that's really different about our industry is that you have a different sales cycle. And in a normal business industry, you have a short sales cycle where you have this product, you sell the product, and you can maybe sell multiple products a day. So, you can funnel money into advertising and, XYZ to get business that way. In our industry, as an architect, your business sales cycles are a lot longer. So you're only, a good architecture firm can really get going off of just 3-4 sales in a month, or not in a month, sorry, in a year. You can support a small office on just a small number of sales. But that means that it's not a sales cycle that you might be thinking, if you're going into trying to do business development, you might be thinking, oh, that means I need to get a project here, there, project there, and be, going out and being a salesperson. It does not work that way in architecture. And that's something that can be frustrating, but let me show you how it works. As somebody that's been doing business development for a while, I also work on projects, but my primary thing now is doing business development. So with these longer sales cycles, business development is all about genuine relationships. It's about building really genuine relationships. If you want to go into really the depth of how to do this properly, go and read some books on networking, how to win friends and influence people, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff is super good, but all of it boils down to genuinely being interested in the other person. So if you approach your company and say, hey, I want to do business development, they might roll their eyes. This is one of those things like, ask for forgiveness, not for permission. The number one thing you can start with is saying, hey, I need business cards. I want business cards just so that when I'm out and I'm talking to, whoever about what I do, I'd like to appear professional and show business cards. So that's number one. Get a stack of business cards. That'll especially if you're joining a new company, say it during your job interview or like right when they hire you. If you don't even start for a month, say, hey, can I get some business cards, so I can start networking and whatever. Show them that you're actually wanting to participate in the business side of things, because when an architect or the owner of a firm or a principal hires you, they're hiring you to do drawings, right? They're hiring you to be a drafts person or to coordinate drawings or, to project manager or whatever. They're not specifically, especially if you're, unless you're a business development person, like, you're a consultant or something like that, which this is not made for. They're not hiring you to do business development. So if you go out and do business development, even without really telling them, they're going to see you as a completely separate, you're going to separate yourself from the pack so easily. And, that's going to give you a value that probably your peers aren't doing. And it's not going to be you like flexing on all my Revit skills or I have this skill. That can be annoying when you're running around the office just flexing all the time. So you don't have to do that. I don't recommend doing that at all. So how do you do business development? It's really simple, actually. If you live in a populated area, populated city, go online and find as many meetups, organizations that are around commercial real estate or real estate in general. You want to go to any sort of event that's, it can be weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, whatever it is. Do your research. I can't go into every state and every city's, there's BizNow, for instance. I think BizNow is a nationwide thing. You need to find as many of those as you can. Go to as many free ones as you can. There's a meetup here in Austin that I go to that's every Tuesday, and it's really casual. It's a room full of real estate professionals, people who are new to real estate, developers go there, brokers go there, people from all different scales go there, small businesses, small startups, people looking to collaborate in our space. It was a great place for me to go and just be around people in my industry that aren't architects, people that have connections to other people who might bring in work. So business development is all about that, going out and finding people to network with, finding people to share a passion with, and to genuinely be interested in connecting with them, not genuinely be interested in getting a project from them. That's that's going to be annoying too. So you want to go out to as many events, you want to join organizations. If you can get your firm to pay for your membership dues, that's ideal. But you don't want to come at this like, hey, I really want to get a promotion or whatever. Go out there and join because you say, I want to know how this works. I want to know, how do we get projects? How does this firm make money? If you come with that frame, you will put yourself in a completely different category as your peers, and you're going to earn a seat at the table. So the business development, let me summarize it for you like this. When you go to these events, when you go to any sort of, I wouldn't recommend meetup, or it depends on the scale of your firm. You have to do your own research on that. But I promise you, if you're in any sort of populated city, there's going to be plenty of events to go to. You might be able to fill 3 or 4 days of your calendar outside of work or during work. Ask for some allocation of your time commitment to these things. Maybe 10% of your billable time is going to an event that's going to elevate your knowledge, presentations, keynote speakers, that kind of thing. And what you want to do when you're there is you want to connect with as many people as you can. You want to collect other people's business cards like they're Pokemon cards. I'm not kidding you. You want to have a stack. I have just an endless stack of business cards. Let me show you. This is only what's here at my home desk. I have a whole other stack that's even bigger than this at my office downtown. So you can see the number of business cards that I have is huge. Okay, so another way that you do business development is not just, okay, got their business card and then that's it, they'll reach out to me. Doesn't work that way. Get their business card, follow up. Every business card that you get, like I said, it's like a Pokemon card, and every business card that you get, you want to send a follow-up email through your work's email. And the whole purpose of that is to get a one-on-one meeting scheduled. You want to schedule a one-on-one coffee, happy hour, anything to connect with that person. And that person could be a broker, they could be, building scan person who scans existing buildings and puts together as-built kind of drawings, anyone. And let me tell you, you don't want to go into these one-on-one meetings, or you don't want to go into, like a BizNow event, which is a paid event. You don't want to go into those thinking, whoever hand I'm shaking right now, they're going to get me a project. It doesn't work that way. The sales cycles are longer. They're about relationships. So you go into those interactions thinking, that person might not give me a project, but if I connect with them, if I genuinely connect with them and we get along, we have a natural kind of friendly banter, then they may know somebody. It could be a year down the road. It could be 2 years down the road. It could be a month down the road. You never know who that person knows, who they can connect you with. That's business development. It's not about get me a project. It's not about asking for a project. In fact, it's about giving. You want to connect with these people and you want to give them your attention. That's the number one thing. Fundamental human currency, attention. And you can do this so simply, and it has to be genuine, but you can give a compliment. See, I run into people I regularly see at lots of events that I go to, and I'll give compliments when I notice something. When I notice something about the way that they're dressing or styling, if they look like they've been working out, I will say that. And you'll notice how quickly somebody will want to sit next to you at a table when you say, "Hey man, you're looking great. What's going on? You new hairstyle? What it is?" Like, "I haven't seen you in a while. You look fantastic." Something so simple like that can literally just get you in the conversational door with them. And then from that point forward, all you do is ask questions. And don't be afraid to fail. When you start out with business development, you're going to be bad at it. Everybody is, but that's the thing. Everybody started somewhere with business development. So me personally speaking, if I go to an event and somebody's kind of new at it and I can tell, and they're maybe a little bit awkward socially, or maybe their handshake wasn't, super tight or whatever it is, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because I've been there. I know how that works. So it's to end up on a date with somebody you actually like, you got to go through some duds. You have to have some bad dates, maybe some embarrassing things happen. But business development is where it's at. You're going to get ahead so much better that way. So you want to also track these connections through a spreadsheet. You want to put together a Google Doc or whatever it is, and you want to make sure that you have access to this, and that if you ever end up leaving the company, that you don't lose this. This is your contact list that you get to keep. That's another awesome thing about business development, is that not only are you going to be standing out among your peers at your office, you're going to be doing so much. Like the person who's hired you or the owner of the firm is going to see you as just this golden egg, golden goose, whichever you want to see it as. And they're going to want to support you. They're going to go, holy crap, this person actually cares about my company, about my business. Not only do they want to contribute their talents, they want to also help me get business or help put a positive word out there about what it is we do. And you want to have a good sense of what your company culture is. You want to have a good sense, obviously, of what your portfolio of work is, so that you can accurately speak to that. But I don't care if you've just graduated college or if you got an internship, what it is, you can do business development. You can go to events, you can spread the word about your company, and it's something that takes a while. You have to be very, very patient with it. Business development for architects and for commercial real estate, for residential real estate, it's about relationships, and the sales cycle is longer. I wish I would have known that. And so the benefits are, obviously you get to separate yourself from the pack at your firm, but you also get you get a good sense of what it takes to build a business out of the skills that we have. That's a skill set that can serve you so well later on in your career. Not only does it open doors for you in your career that you didn't even know were there, it makes you so much more valuable to any company that you go to. Also, if you ever plan to start your own architecture firm someday, ding, 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 you have an entire spreadsheet of connections that you can hit up, okay? And then the other thing is, you don't want to just bombard them by asking, hey, yeah, do you have a project? Hey, do you know of anything? Hey, do you know of anything? You want to give. You want to say, what can I do to help? Or, even if you get into a level where you have a personal relationship with these people, you can help them. If their car gets towed, if they have a flat tire, you can go and pick them up. You can take them from one place to the other. Offer your time, not even as an architect, just as a friend, as a colleague. And the vibe that you want to kind of put out there, even if you're a little bit awkward, is be likable. The genuine compliments really help. Remember personal details about people. Remember what their kids' names are, or remember what they did. Here's a great example. Okay, a big developer here in Austin. We submitted an RFI, or they submitted an RFI to us, and we went and presented our skills to them. And we did not end up getting the project, but we approached them not expecting to get the project. We approached them wanting to just show them what our vibe was. Me and the higher ups at the company going into the meeting. The cool thing is, and I didn't realize this at first, but the cool thing is, you start to see, if you stick to it for a long enough time, you start to see the fruits of that labor happen. And when they start happening, it's amazing. Example, day after Christmas here in Austin, I went out with some friends out to some local bars. I ran into one of the guys working at that development company who remembers me. I've also seen him. I've touched points with my contacts at lots of different events, so they're used to seeing my face. They're used to interacting with me. So they, maybe even if they don't know my name, they're gonna have a smile when they see me, because it's like, hey, it's another person I know. Ran into him at a bar, immediately recognized each other. He came over and bought my entire group drinks. How amazing is that? He's like, I know we didn't give you guys the project. He didn't say this, but in his mind, I know he's thinking, I know you guys didn't get the project, but you guys are cool. We were impressed by you. We want to work with you in the future. None of that was discussed at the bar. It was just straight up, what did you do for Christmas? How was the family? What's going on there? He was there with his family, told me his whole story. They had like a hibachi style dinner at the house and all of that. I remembered those personal details, shot him an email saying, thank you for the drinks. We put them to great use. Sounds awesome. The hibachi style dinner sounded great. Fantastic. That's simple. It's really easy. It's, take the things that you love about interacting with people. Even if you're an introvert, you can take these bullet points as, like a video game. Again, collecting business cards like Pokemon cards. You can turn it into a game. It becomes kind of fun, and you see the results of that more over time. You might just get one project for your company. It might be a small project. Even if your company doesn't want it, as long as you're not being annoying about it, you're going to separate yourself from the pack so easily just doing business development activities. So, that's kind of, I think, the majority of what I've got here. I think that covers most of it. If you did make it to the end of this video and you like the content that I'm putting out here, the way that you can support me is clicking the links in my videos. I do sell an architectural design template in Revit. It's a badass template. It's not like anything else that you'll buy on the internet. And the cool thing is, if you buy it, you'll get access to all the future improvements that I'm making to it. Because my whole mission here is to give you the tools that I've learned in my career to make you excel, to make you an absolute badass, to crush the competition, whether that's your peers, other architecture firms, whoever it is that you want to compete with, that you want to advance yourself through standing apart from. I want to give you those tools. That's my whole purpose here. So I'll leave a like if you like this video. I'll have more in the future, but that's it. Thanks.